Happy Wednesday or later in the week here this week as we near the end of August and move toward September. It does not feel like it. I'm up here in the balcony in the Westminster's sanctuary. You certainly recognize the window behind me, and here in our sound and AV booth. Just because it's a little bit of a different place to sit. I'll also probably be sitting here on Saturday to do a little bit of our recording for the plenary session of Covenant Conversations. That is at 9:30, and the whole event runs from 9 with registration and check-in through 4 p.m. There will be a number of great workshops, and we will close with worship. Workshops will be led by folks like our own Emily Killam, Bob Kiefer, who is a pastor from Omaha, Doodle Harris, who is the chaplain at Hastings College, Presbyterian College, obviously not too far down the road from us. A number of folks from our community in Lincoln as well. So we hope that you'll join us on Saturday. If you haven't registered, there's still time, but do so as soon as you can for the sake of numbers and food and all those good things. Lunch will be provided. We'll have an opening plenary session with a table discussion of a number of different people, and also we will have closing worship, which will partly be led by Jeremy Duck, and also Reverend Lauren Peters will be preaching. So there's another reason to join us this Saturday at church. Again, we invite you to register. That information is in our eVine and a number of other spaces. Then on Sunday, we will also welcome Reverend Brian Ellison back to Westminster for the first time since 2017, when we were having some similar conversations and had a similar educational series on passages of the Bible that sometimes are used to exclude people because of their relationships or their sexuality. But now, this month, we have been looking at what does it mean to be welcoming and truly belonging for all folks as a congregation. Brian will be preaching with us Sunday morning using a recent lectionary text to help us explore hidden treasures from the parables of Jesus. And then afterwards, he will lead us in adult education, which will be a great opportunity to ask questions, but also to learn more about the history of Covenant Network, our connection, and also some denominational history about what does it mean to be welcoming and inclusive. It'll be a wonderful weekend of conversations, a wonderful weekend of opportunities to learn. And as we explored this past Sunday in worship, as possibly Jesus had his own mind opened in that fully human reality when he encountered the Canaanite woman, maybe our own minds may be open to new possibilities for the future of the church and the life of the church, not just at Westminster, but in our world and in society. Looking ahead, I do want to remind you that September the 10th will be our kickoff neighborhood bash. All the month of September, we'll be exploring a series focusing on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood a little bit in our worship service. I know that show's getting a little bit dated in some ways, so we're not going to focus on it too much as far as the show itself, but themes that are lasting from Scripture that tie into themes from the show, focusing primarily on what it means to be neighbors and to be good neighbors. So we'll wrestle with those questions in worship. Our neighborhood bash on the 10th will include food truck, pork-centric, which we have loved here in the past, being with us. The Kona Ice will have some vendor tables as well as committee tables set up in the garden room so you can learn about opportunities for plugging into the life of Westminster in all the different ways that we do life together here at the church. And we will also have a dunk tank. And my understanding is there's a fundraiser tied to it that will support our crop walk efforts later in October. And that is an opportunity for you to either nominate or vote for someone, which those sound similar, but they're a little bit different. They have different amounts tied to them. And my understanding is that there's only one person who's been nominated so far. I have shown some openness to the possibility that if I'm nominated, I may go into the dunk tank, but we need some more nominations and some more votes for other names. Maybe it'll get me off the hot seat, I don't know, but if anything, I'm happy to be on the hot seat or the wet seat and get splashed in if you can hit the target, Westminster, we'll see. all that said, we have a lot of great things going on in the life of the church. Hope that you will join us soon. Also in September is one closing note. Our Faith Village programming will begin after Labor Day during worship for kids. Also, we will have youth group Wednesdays and Sundays starting after Labor Day as well. So a lot of great programs coming up in the life of the church as we seek to be a place where we expand and grow our lives in faith, connect people deeply, and make a difference through service. So until next time, hope to see you Saturday, hope to see you Sunday, hope to see you soon, whenever it may be.